Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new video. And today we're going to be doing the best way to level up Hunter's Call and some tips and tricks on it. So let's get into it. Okay, so first things first, you're going to have to buy a Hunter's Call Emissary license, which can be got at level 15. And level 15 is actually surprisingly easy to hit. I played with my friend who was level 1 in Hunter's Call yesterday, and after just one sell of about 150,000 towards Hunter's Call, he had hit over level 15. So it's pretty easy to hit, and it can be found from this lady at any outpost. Well, this person will change, but the Hunter's Calls, we're going to go ahead and raise that. And I think we should go ahead and dress our ship up to match what we're doing. There we go. That is much better. Let's go ahead and buy some captain supplies, and then we'll get right into what we have to do. Now, I do want to say this Hunter's Call update has made Hunter's Call, in my opinion, the best emissary in the game. Between how fun the voyages themselves actually are and how much gold you earn, it's an incredibly good update. It's very fun, and I highly suggest solo, duo, however many people you're playing with, just run Hunter's Call because it's insanely fun right now. So first things first, we are going to dive to a voyage, and that voyage being a Hunter's Fishing map. This one does pretty much the same thing, but it puts you at a smaller island with a single group of fish. The bigger island one, there's really no difference between them, except for you have to start this one and sail to it far more often than this one, so just always choose the Hunter's Fishing map. And since it's our first voyage, let's go ahead and dive to it. And for this, you don't need any bait crates, but what I will say is buying the bait crate from this lady here under resources, and then on top of it, if you can also buy the bait crate from over here, and if you have 2 people buying them, that will get you grade 2 in Hunter's Call. Little trick if you wanted to do that. I'm just not going to do it today because we don't really need to. It's a great game. I can't believe how much more smooth it feels with the update. Like, everything just works perfectly. It's the best update I've ever experienced on Sea of Thieves. But I'll see you when we resurface. And apparently we are diving up at the exact same spot where the big new Megalodon has happened to be added, which is a little bit inconvenient for our purposes because I don't have enough supplies to fight that thing at the moment. But that is incredibly lucky because normally I would fight that because you have to be grade 5 to find that fish if you don't know, but he is not our focus today, so hopefully he'll leave us alone. That's very funny though. But essentially how these quests work, and allow me to explain if I can, is you spawn in with these maps, and as you can see it's a new kind of map, and it has an island and then 2 little circles beside the island, and those are your hunting spots. And it's very accurate as to where they are based on if we look at the map. They're in identical spots, so you can really line yourself up well, and this is probably the easiest quest to figure out in the game. But as you can see, we have 3 fish swimming around here, so we're going to go ahead and catch all those, and then our next spot is over there. They're very easy to spot. They have some mist coming out of the top of the water, and the spots are almost always the same. They'll have an inexpensive fish, a medium price fish, and then the most expensive fish. I don't know if this changes in the future, but every single fishing spot for the time being has the exact same 3 fish. And unfortunately, this event or this quest isn't necessarily scalable. So obviously, if you are playing with 4 people, you are going to be flying through this quest significantly faster, as you can be fishing up 4 fish at the same time, whereas I'm going to have to fish up 6 individual fish. So if you have friends you can play with, it absolutely will increase the amount of money you get exponentially. But if it's just you, it's really no problem. It's a very easy quest to do all on your own. However, I do suggest taking a lookout every single time you've caught a fish, because as we are alone and you spend about a minute fishing every single time, it gives a lot of opportunity for somebody to pull up on you. And this is pretty much all you have to do. So what I figured out with my friends yesterday while I was playing and testing out the update is 3 of these voyages will be enough to get you to grade 5. And seeing as you get 6 fish from every single one of these voyages, that's 18 fish, 6 of which are going to be very expensive fish that can sell over 10,000 gold. So it is absolutely an event worth doing, and in my opinion, probably the best way to make gold in the game right now. Like I said, I don't know if the set fish are supposed to be exactly how they are, but for the time being, that is just how it is, and we might as well take advantage of it. None of the fish are harder to fish up than others. They're all pretty much the same. It is RNG whether you get to reel them in on the first reel or whether it's going to be multiple. And if you don't know how to fish, you pretty much just pull with your stick the opposite direction of whichever way he's going, until you tire him out. And once you tire him out like that, you can go ahead and reel in. It's pretty straightforward as far as fishing in video games goes. Now, the barnacle dread being nearby, or the new megalodon in the game, it's actually pretty handy that it's close by to us because it's going to allow me to explain a few things about it. Specifically, the fact that you should not fight it as a solo. Unless you are pretty talented at the game and you are very good at Hourglass and you can solo bilge and fire cannons and manage your sloop incredibly well, I would really not recommend you did it. It is probably the strongest event in the game, and it has more health than any other item or object in the game. When I was on a sloop with my friends yesterday, it took about 100 to 150 cannonballs actually making contact to kill it. The brig was even more, and it's incredibly fun. Don't get me wrong, some of the most fun I've had fighting a PvE event in Sea of Thieves, but like I said, it's just very hard for a solo to do. So unless you're incredibly talented or have nothing to lose, I wouldn't take it on, because the loot is also just okay. You can get some items that sell for about 20,000 if you get the pristine scales or pristine teeth. They sell for about 20,000, assuming you're grade 5. But the fishing is much more worth it because it's much more calm and much more solo friendly. Now, the expensive fish in this pool is actually that yellow one, the Zest Battle Gill or something, I believe it's called. And then the other expensive one is the Stormfish that I have, obviously. So if you steal any of those, you're in for a decent payday. And unfortunately, the Obsidian one is worth the least, which is a little bit of a letdown, I will say. The least is still not that low. It's still quite a bit of gold, but it's still a letdown because we love Obsidian. The Barnacle Dread is really stressing me out by being there. I really hope he doesn't come over to attack us. Now, another question you may have that I also had at the start of this update is, do you still cook the fish? And the answer is actually no. There's no cooking fish. Cooking them to perfection does not make them sell for more. It's kind of just a breath of fresh air. However, there are selling options that influence how much gold you get, and I know hardly anybody knows about this, so I will be covering it later in this video when we're selling. But yes, it does matter where you end up selling your fish significantly. And look at that, I'm already 49. I've been loving this update so much. And of course, our most expensive fish is putting up the biggest fight, but it's really okay. And I will explain what I love about these voyages. Is not only is it something brand new, it's not like any other voyages we have in the game. Sure, it's a bit like the fishing, but it's still pretty different altogether. But this is a very friendly voyage. If you want to just boot up, if you only had an hour or so, this is probably the best thing you can do for just about an hour or so, time-wise. We do have a friend over here that shot off a red flare, so we're probably gonna let him fight this beast. Maybe we'll shoot off a white flare, show him we're friendly. Not that I'm particularly scared, but I've actually had incredible encounters so far, with everybody being pretty okay with alliancing, because everyone's just enjoying the update. So if you see pirates, don't be scared to go over and see if they want to alliance with you. Let's go ahead and start up another one of these. We're going to sail to it, and it's actually just off our left over here. So see you later, Barnacle Dread. We will not be fighting you today, as our measly 110 cannonballs will just not cut it. Now, for the sake of the video, I am only going to get to grade 4 because it's the exact same thing to get to grade 5. I just have to do one more quest. But I will be showing you guys the selling options. I just wanted a few variations of every fish so I could sell you what sells for what at each location, so I can inform you which one's the best and you have visual proof as to why. So I will see you guys when we get to that island. That one. So if we look at our map while we're coming in, we're right at the tail around that small little island, which we're heading straight towards. So we should be able to see them when we're not too far away. So as we can see, we got our 2 pools in front of us. So I'm going to make very quick work of these and reel these pools up. And I will see you guys after we've caught these fish. Okay, and with that, we have finished our voyage. We have this friend here and 2 more over here, which as you can see, got us a majority of the way through grade 4 if I were to take this last fish off the hook. But now I'm going to sail us over to an outpost because there are actually 2 different sell options you can have when at an outpost. So I will see you guys when we get there. Okay, I actually came to a sea post first to show you the price difference. So let's go ahead and start selling some of these fish. And these yellow ones right here are going to be our main ones that we show you the price difference with, since we have 3 of them. So we're going to sell all these other ones first just to show you how much they can sell for. And of course, this lady on the dock is who you're going to be selling to. Now keep in mind, I accidentally did line it up with golden hours, so I will be getting a 50% gold boost, unfortunately, but I will still be able to convey my point across. So let's go ahead and start selling these. As I said before, the obsidian ones will sell for the least. We're only getting 788 for those, which is still 788. It's not horrible, but again, golden hour. And this is pretty much how you sell. You just do one fish at a time. It is a two-handed item every fish, and it's really nice to see your hard work pay off. Again, these fish only took me about 20 to 30 minutes to get all of these. So in an hour, you could be making around 200k if you played your cards right. So here we go. We got just a few more to sell here, and I'm only grade 4, keep in mind. I could have hit grade 5. Okay, and we have just a few more to sell here. Now, this boy sells for quite a bit. The stormfish are without a doubt my favorite new fish in this update. He sells for a very pretty penny. And now, for our control group, the Zest Battle Gill. So at this location, the Zest Battle Gill, at this location, I mean any sea post will sell for 6750, which I believe is actually 4500 without golden hour, but I could be wrong. But 6750 for while it is golden hour. So let's go ahead and head on over to an outpost, and we'll see what the price differences is for those straight north of northeast. And I will see you guys when we get there. I wasn't actually thinking about it until I got here, but I wonder if they added the Hunter's Call person to the dock in Morrow's Peak. I'm sure they did. Yep, there we go. So let's grab one of our yellow fishes. And this is the other person you can sell the fish to. And as you can see, no price difference. You can go to outposts or sea posts, and it will sell for the exact same amount as long as you give it to the person on the dock. However, there is one final place to sell, and unfortunately, it is the place where most pirates do sell. Why do most pirates sell there? Well, because it's the most convenient, and you would have no way of knowing, honestly. But if we take this over to Sovereigns, it sells for 4,500, which is significantly less if you're selling all your fish to Sovereign. So although it may have exclusively said somewhere that this was the difference, it was known by players with the Hunter's Call that you could sell fish to the Hunter's Call for 30% more in the past, and it remains true in this update. So before you go sell all your fish to Sovereigns, I hope you got to watch this video and that I did end up saving you a bit of money, but that's it. This is, in my opinion, the best update Sea of Thieves has ever released, and it is a great step for the game. If you're new to the channel, to Sea of Thieves, or any of it, let me know down below. If you enjoyed the video, let me know with a like or subscribe, or even both. As always, we'll see you guys in the next one. I'm out. Peace!